Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. Today, I will be talking about four major things, which are savings, large purchases, debt, and investing. Uh, the question here is, do the financial choices I make have a life impact on myself? In my personal opinion, it does, because money is easy to handle, but it's also hard to handle. So I'm gonna start with a life quote that says, "Only I can change my life," which I totally agree. Um, so let's start with savings. First, you need to have a source of income, such as an odd job. You could work at McDonald's, you could work helping your parents, or you just have a weekly loan that your parents give you. So savings. How do you actually save? So there's two things with savings. First, you need to find a source of income. Second, you need to know in what you spend it on. So saving is it's really that hard, except that you need to know how to manage your money. Um, you know, and then it comes to my other point, which if you don't save money, what happens? So let's say, for example, there's this guy that's name is Chester. He has $50. That's his weekly income. All right. So every single week for a year, he gets $50. But let's say each day he spends at least $5 in food, and then he sees a shirt that he likes. That's $30. If you multiply that, if you multiply $5 times 5 days, that's 25. Plus the $30 that you have for a shirt, that's 55. That will automatically be over his income, which would it's not gonna be an investment, but it would be a large purchase for him, especially because it's not gonna correlate with the amount of money he has. That will bring him to debt. What is debt? Debt is something typically most of the time is money that is overdue or due. If you have a credit card, it's gonna go to the bank. The bank's actually, obviously is gonna charge you interest, and little by little, it's gonna keep on adding up. So if you owe the bank $55, um, through time you're also gonna owe them probably around 65, 60, depending on your interest. And investing. So you might not make you not might not make enough money. So what's a way that you can invest? So uh, the key about life is you always want to make as much money. So you always want to double it, triple it, and investing is one of the ways you could do. One of the examples on investing is usually you always have to find in something to invest, a business, a stock market, um, especially in the stock market. Be careful with that, because usually most of them are tramps. So on investing, you have to check contracts. You have to look at the long term reviews. How long are you going to invest for? How much time? What percentage of the profit are you going to make? If somebody tells you, if you give me $10, I'll give you 10% of my company, and that guy makes $500. That's $50 for you. Did you get your investment? Probably, yeah. It's profit. It's profit that you're gonna make, um, and a large purchase as well. So if you're gonna buy a car, let's say how much would a car? 13,000. All right. So if you do the math, if according to the interest, if you say, you know what, I'm gonna pay $200 every 2 weeks, it's gonna be up to 3 years that you have to pay it off. But at the end of those 3 years, you're gonna have to end up paying 16,000 because of the interest and the amount of time you actually try to put everything on. Uh, Another thing is whenever you invest in something such a car, which I find it like an investment, because it's gonna help you get to your job, get to school, and everything. But make sure you have to check, does your balance in your bank account match with whatever purchase you're gonna get? If it doesn't match up, I suggest not to do it. Why? Because you're just gonna end up in debt. And why the hell are you gonna wanna be in debt if you're not gonna have enough money to pay it off? If your income does not match with the amount of money you're gonna have to spend, just it's not gonna be worth it. Just like I said, my example, Chester. If Chester makes $50 a week, why the hell is he gonna try to buy a car? Like, it doesn't make sense. He's not gonna be able to pay it off. If he buys it on credit, he's gonna end up paying all that money to the bank, and he's just gonna stay in debt, and his savings account is gonna be totally ruined. That's it. And I'm gonna end up with a quote that is, "Money isn't everything, but everything needs money.